Hello. Hi. How you doing today? Happy remainder of the weekend. What is left of it? Hopefully it's nice where you're at. It's a nice day here, and for some reason it's nice, it's warm, there's a gentle breeze, doors open, windows open, it feels amazing, and I'm cold. So I have a space heater right here that has been well placed and is out of view to make me a little bit warmer. And if I get cold again, I might just put on this hoodie that is right next to me as well, which is also amazing because technically it's Matt's hoodie, but you know, EFQ merch. We love EFQ here. So I might just drape that over my legs for comfort because I'm cold. I hate that when it's really, really nice and for some reason you just catch a chill and you can't get rid of it. I also know I'm a little bit darker than normal. Normally I have supplemental lighting right here, and it has decided it just does not want to play nice anymore. So until such time that I actually try to fix it, it'll be a little overcast, which is fine for today because today we are starting a Dark Urge character in Baldur's Gate 3. We got an extremely generous Extra Life donation yesterday with the request of playing Baldur's Gate 3, so we will add this into the rotation. I feel bad because it's like I'm never completing any games. Like I feel like I should be trying to stream a little bit every day, even though that would never work. So next weekend, I will get back to Final Fantasy 1, at the very least, to try and beat the game eventually. So then that way, that's out of the list. And for those who aren't aware, it was voted that I try to play through every Final Fantasy this year. I don't know if I'm going to do it in order or not. I might be jumping around. I still have to beat 7 Remake Part 1. I am hoping that I do that before Part 2 comes out for the PC. I know that Part 2 Rebirth is available on PS5, but I do not have a PS5, nor am I looking to get a PS5 just for one video game. So if I had it my way, I would just make it available to all PC users, but I know they have that exclusivity that they have to work with, so more on that. Before I boot up the game, I touched base on this a little bit yesterday when Giggly was in chat, and it was kind of vague. So I just wanted to show everybody what we were talking about. So Giggly sent me these awesome masks. So here's one of them right here. Scott from Canada, hello, how are you, friend? How's your weekend going? And here's the other one. So these are very, very awesome masks. And so Giggly was a sweetheart and sent these in. And they also, as you can tell, light up. So this one, the filters make it hard to really see. It's much more purple in person. However, I don't hate that it looks this blue. Yeah, that would be horrible to do to people on stream. But, you know, once I get the stream space set up the way that I would like it to, because I haven't put like a cent of effort into that yet, these masks will be going up as well. And now the other light shut off. I can't thank Giggly enough. These are amazing additions, and they will look amazing once I get them put up where I want them. I want them mounted. They'll probably go on this wall here because I don't want the cats to knock them down getting to the windows, which I already think that they're going to turn my rug into a scratching pad. So we will see. Ozzy, hello, friend. How are you? Let me dropping Steve Buscemi as I get up to turn that light back on. Matt told us to stop abusing AI images and come over here. Well, you guys don't have to come over here if you don't want to. It's always a pleasure, and it'll be hilarious to watch me play this game because I always play lawful or at least neutral good characters. So creating a dark urge is going to be, oh, this is not going to be pretty. For me, I'm doing okay. My back is still very, very much borked. Hence the trying to get comfortable here. Which is never fun. But the AI images, as long as you guys are having fun with it, that's great. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon of absolute love or absolute hate. I'm a sliding scale on that one. For the most part, what I've seen is pretty nice, is mostly fun. I pointed out to Matt, because I feel like things hit harder or better when you can relate it back to an episode of Star Trek, right? And so I pointed out the episode of Deep Space Nine where Major Kira went after Quark because he made a holographic replica of her for the holodecks, and how uncomfortable that made her and why it was wrong. So it's like, just remember there are certain aspects of it that you might want to keep in consideration, but past that, I'm not going to say anything. That's my 2 cents on that, but that aside, I have also participated, obviously, in some of those generations, so I can't say anything. Oh, Hippie, thank you so much for the resub. You didn't do it. You never do it. Hippie, so I've been really bad with Discord on my phone lately. Like, anything with my phone I've been bad at. I saw you have something exciting coming up. And if it's okay with you, if you want me to, I can advertise it in my Discord as well. You haven't used Nana to Visitor in our AI. That's what you mean, right? I mean, don't use your AI to do things with people that they would not appreciate you doing, is all I'm going to say. Awesome. So I will put that in our Discord for sure, Hippie. I hope all is well. I'm sorry you missed it. And I think Matt's going to work on a clip, at least, of the extracurriculars of the stream. But we did play Abduction, and that was a very fun game. It's like, stop using AI images about you. Pine, I love the images that come up with your name, because it's like never the same twice. Seeing the creativity of what it comes back with Pine Branch is hilarious. I like, and when you use my name, I think it's also kind of cool because then you get all these pretty blue foxes, and that, yeah, I was gonna say, I love the blue foxes. You're not gonna ever hear me complain about that. It's wonderful, fantastic. I don't know how that happened, but is that better? Apparently, not only the lights turning themselves off, the microphone muted itself too, so that's cool. Anyway, so Hippie, for the next stream that we do at Casa del Big Dice Energy, we're going to do a St. Patrick's Day stream. So it's not going to be drinking games like, we're drinking, but it's going to be board games around taverns and drinking and things like that. So that'll be on the 13th of March or the 16th of March. And I'm not going to set, there's going to be, there's always incentives, but I'm not going to set goals for that one, but I am probably going to have that going. So, little insight into that one is that our dear stream friend Fat Drunk Ninja has this ability to go and find stuff for cheap at stores, and it reminds him of people. And he found this really fun Hawaiian style shirt that's green that he wanted to get for Big Dice Energy, that reminded him of it. And we're thinking, oh look, that'd be great for St. Patrick's Day. And he's like, oh, idea. So then he bought one for each of us. So we're all going to be wearing the same shirt for that stream, and it's going to be hilarious. It's the homage of to Big Dice Energy there, so we're all feeling the energy. Adora, hello. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to look into that. We're going to. The Malort is coming back out. It's going to be heavily prominent in our drink roulette, but again, like, it's just going to be like incentives only, and I'm probably going to try to steer people a little bit towards Fat Drunk Ninja's page, because he made mention that if he hits $314 by or during stream on his page, he might take a fruit pie to the face. And we all love torture, right? Especially pies to the face. So more on that one. I'm going to see what I can lock down before I advertise it. The Tonberry emote is awesome. I need more Final Fantasy emotes. I don't have like any, but that's okay. At one point in time, I had a metric ton of emotes because I was like subbed to everybody. So I need to go back and start actually getting subs to people's channels, or at least making my own emotes. I always feel weird doing existing characters because I worry about copyright and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. So if anyone for those of you who were not here yesterday, we received a generous donation to Extra Life, and that donation requested that we play Baldur's Gate 3 today, which of course I'm willing to do, but I'm going to try to do a Dark Urge run, or at least start one, which always involves character creation, so this is going to be a lot of hemming and hawing, and potentially you guys making this character for me, because as I have said, I normally play neutral to lawful good characters, so this is going to be really hard for me. Yeah, the Dark Urge is going to be extremely difficult for me. I did notice that they added all the other campaign, like, yeah, we're gonna go straight for Explorer. We're gonna make this as easy as possible, because I am not gonna play this very well at all. I can guarantee you that, especially because I generally... Oh! It's getting caught in the firewall. Let's see. Don't reset the tutorials. I don't want that on. But we are going to play a Dark Urge character. So that is the only thing that I'm saying right here that is steadfast. Has to be done. But I am open for recommendations on class, on race, on appearance. Because if it was left up to me, and let's be fair, if it was left up to me, I would play an Elven Barbarian probably every time I create a character, because I am not original, and I know what I like and what I'm good at playing. Let's see. Race. Okay. I feel like everyone tells me I should make a Get the Yankee, but at the same point in time, I don't want my first Get the Yankee to be a Dark Urge character. I think that's spreading a stereotype about Get the Yankee that we do not want in our midst. I can go for a drow. Driven to the Underdark, most drow have adopted a ruthless pragmatism, while the Lothsworn delight in the goddess' evil tenets. The Seldrine reject her attempt to overthrow the leader of the Elven Pantheon. Alright, let's see. Subrace. Raised by Lolth's cult in the... Sorry, I don't... Normally there's a light right here, and it's not working. Apparently it suddenly decided it doesn't like the setup. So you're gonna... The monitor's just far enough away, and I don't have my glasses on. Fun fact, I don't even know if I know where my glasses are. I think I might know where they're at. So if I'm squinting to read this, I apologize. It probably looks really weird, but... raised by Lolth's cult in the city, these drow embody the virtues of their corrupt and merciless goddess. Marks are followers with bright red eyes so that those in the Underdark will learn to fear them on sight. And that doesn't really sound like... I don't need to get into the backstory. I think it'd be ridiculous to try to create a character that meets the backstory, because I'm not supposed to know the backstory of a Dark Urge yet, am I? Seldrine drow can be found seeking allies from all over Faerun, aiming to settle their conflict with Lolth and each other by any means necessary. Well, that's fine. That works. Class. What class do I want to play? I feel like I do better with classes that actually can fight versus... Like, I tried playing a bard and I just didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. I think a paladin is hilarious, and I'm not gonna do that. I'll go with a... Whoa. That that leg... I don't know if that leg streamed for you guys, but wow, the leg on that was real. You did Warlock mostly. The one I've played the most so far has been Barbarian, and I was a Barbarian, a frenzied berserker, basically, to beat the game. I do find that it's fun to play monk. I have a playthrough started where I have a monk character. I tried to play bard, and I felt like I was just getting my rear end kicked in. Sneb! Hello! It's always great to see you, lurking or not. That was a moment. That was a thing, and that happened. For those of you that didn't see that, we did the drink roulette on the Foul event, and it came up with Hidden Valley's secret sauce, and because it was so thick, I wasn't able to like put it into a shot glass and shoot it, so they just said, just shoot it directly in your mouth, and so I did, and Sneb got an emote of that made. Sneb being Sneb. And we love it. Background on it. Oh, right, you don't get to choose your background because you're the Dark Urge. I was like, why don't I get to pick that? And I really don't care how they... Like, I'm not going to try to change any of this stuff. The default's fine by me. Let's be fair, like... I think I should probably decide now also if I'm going to end up end up being a save scummer on this. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to make this. There's a setting that I need. Do this, but let's see if that helps with the fact that it just cannot keep up with what's going on. Being that this is a Dark Urge playthrough, just the opening squids. Yeah. I have so many characters that I created and are on the beach. And then I create another one. But I did actually beat this game technically 3 times with the same character, because the first 2 times I beat it off stream. Then I beat it on stream because there was supposed to be additional content. Then I found out that because I used mods, my game was bugged and I missed a whole bunch of cinematics and it didn't give me the extended scene. So then I repaired that and then I beat it again so I could actually get the extended content. Because, you know, that's what we do around here, right? So let us create our characters.
Where to next?
That's fine. I feel like I kind of almost want the skin color first. Pallid, neutral. Whoa, that is very neutral. Cool. Blush. Pallid. No. What's this? Let's do all skin colors and see if it gives me something different. So I could be purple, I guess. Smoke. Character building is like the worst. I say that because it's really hard to make a decision. Ooh, that says ice. I like that. I like that a lot. So then if this is my character... I think it's so funny how they put all these, like, freckles on things. I can't for the life of me find... I think I know where they're at. I can't guarantee that they're in one piece now because of these kids, but I think I know where they're at. I believe they are in my company backpack for my laptop. Along the top, there's like this little small zipper area. I think I stuck them in there when we were in Vermont. Do I want to add scarring? You know what? Let's not do scarring. I do love the fact that they have this as an option. Let's go to the next. Body art. I feel like that should be last. So let's go to hair next. Like, I don't like the order that these come in, I guess, is kind of what I'm trying to say. I do not like the Kaga hairstyle at all. I hate that. I don't hate that. So, guys, I was... Good call. Good call. Magic 8 Ball are my glasses in my work backpack. Reply hazy. Try again. Wow, and they're in one piece too.
Yeah, those are full-on.
Tried to clean them as best as I could. Those are full-on grandma glasses right there.
You want to know the funny story about these glasses?
Guess I should say yes.
Do you remember when I got them?
Became, I don't know, pregnant? I don't know. That was long before that, obviously. Probably, what, 2011?
I got these glasses when I went to the optometrist in Vermont, and you picked them out.
Oh, really?
You picked out these frames.
Are you sure you didn't confuse me with another person?
Pretty sure. Because I didn't get them until after we were together. So, yeah, it was you.
Cool.
So he just called my glasses granny glasses, and he's the one that picked them out. So, hashtag blame Matt. Yeah, see, the 8-ball knew. The 8-ball knew where it was. So, yes, folks, I know I don't wear them very often, but I do have glasses. This is them, apparently, and now I'm officially old. So, that's a thing. And I've gone through, like, my entire bottle of water before I even started really streaming. Because that's what I do. I like this hairstyle. I don't know if I'm sold, but so I was so happy when I cut my hair off. Like, it felt so good. It cut off any that had been fried from all the dyeing that I did. It was just like a major, like it was lighter and easier, and now I'm kind of getting hair envy of everyone who has long hair. I think I like this one. Let's go with this one. So, hair color. Can I get ice? I can get blue. That might be the closest I get to it. Gray, white. Then highlights. I'm gonna do blue highlights. I wonder if I do blue highlights, but I do like a white hair. That's a weird white. We're gonna make her like nice and frosty, I think. You like frosty. You know, like that Shiva character that I love so much, even though apparently the battle isn't everyone's favorite. Let's do eyes next. Oh, you have a very select... That's... I mean, I do kind of like the white, I'm not gonna lie. Purple's not bad, but if we're trying to make it icy, that's the way to do it. Let's do makeup. Sorry, I can hear my children much better when I'm sitting here than I could when I was upstairs. So, yeah, I like that. Probably gonna stick with the black because I'm a fan of black eyeliner. Like, I know I've kind of got not a lot on today, but I do love the, whoa, the eyeliner. That is bright. Gray, gray beige. Blue. What if we take the intensity down? That just blends in with her skin. I wish I could pull off black lipstick. I want to be able to pull off black lipstick so bad, but alas, it is not in the cards for me. Of course, I can't really pull off much lipstick at all. I found that the only ones I feel don't make me look like someone who's trying too hard are colors that are basically the same as my natural color. That's better. I don't want it that bright. Go. Yeah, it's true. Cosplaying a vampire would have a black lip. I am so jealous, Adora. I want to wear all these fun fashion colors. Just like I don't know. I think I've hit the point in my life where to look at me with all the fashion colors and for makeup and for hair and all that other stuff, it just comes across as a middle-aged woman who's trying too hard. It's dress Matt up with. I feel like Matt can wear the makeup better than I can, if I'm being honest. Like, it's so bad. Like, I feel like if you put him and I in the schoolgirl outfits that he would do on occasion, I feel like the makeup part he could pull off better than I could. Metallic. Ooh. Not hating that. Alright, body art. I said the makeup part. Please understand that I said that doing the hair and the makeup is what I think is, like, trying to do all this fun stuff is what I think is what comes across as a middle-aged woman trying too hard. I do have a custom cosplay that is still being worked on. It's been being worked on. She started working on it in 2022. She put a lot of work into it last year, but by the time she hit her stride, it became Halloween. And that was her time to really take commissions and stuff, so she paused it. I think she started working on it again, but I haven't had any updates in a while, so I'm hoping that I'll get it before 2025. I'm not sure. 2 to the right, make yourself a... 1 down, 2 to go. 2 to the right, make yourself a juggalo. You mean this one? Is this what you're talking about, Big Dice Energy? Probably not, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. That said, we all need to, pester Big Dice Energy to go to Ignite this summer. Which is what they're calling ELU, or Extra Life United. Okay, I really don't hate that at all. But if we're doing a Dark Urge, I should be open to probably just about anything. Like, that looks cool. If we go with Big Dice Energy's suggestion, I might not make it as intense, though. This stuff reminds me that I saw that they're doing the remake of The Crow, and I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. I like what it does for the eyes. Let's see. Really don't think I needed a beholder tattoo. I will give you that. Skarsgård should be fantastic in it. I'm not hating on the actor. I'm not trying to send any there's that. I really think that my apprehension in it is solely because of the behind the scenes of it all. You know, like, do we really need a remake of it? Like, I don't know. There, you know what? That I would go with that. It'll give Big Dice Energy what he wanted. Y'all, you're trying to get me to say something I probably shouldn't. I don't think Alec Baldwin should be held responsible for anything. Actors are actors. They are not trained professionals in whatever prop is put in their hands. It was not his fault that someone took a prop gun, put live ammo in it, and didn't empty it. Like, exactly. Like, it is a huge tragedy, and I cannot even imagine what that family is thinking right now and feeling and having to go through this senseless loss of life. There's no reason why any lives were lost during the making of that movie. None. But someone who was given a prop, said this is a fake gun, told what to do with it, accidentally took a life. Can we put ourselves into his position as well and think how scarring that must be for him to know that he ended a life and all he did was go to work and do what he thought was make believe, essentially, you know, act what he was paid to do. There's pulling the trigger or not. And I know that there are people out there that say if you're going to use a gun, you have to know a gun, respect a gun, understand when and what to do. And I do agree with that, but he wasn't using a gun to use a gun. He was using a prop that is not supposed to be real. So I feel like those standards should not apply. And it almost feels like he's being railroaded for something that is 100% the prop master's fault. Well, yeah, they use real guns for props. I get that. But why would there ever be live ammunition? An actor is an expert on acting. An actor is not an expert on the tools of the person that they are pretending to be. So, yes, the gun can be real, but why would an actor ever think in a professional setting, and when you get someone to the status of Alec Baldwin, this is a professional shoot. This isn't some backyard anything. Why would an actor second guess someone whose job it is to do this, that they would give them a real gun with real ammo in it? You know what I mean? And see, again, I get that. I do. Like, oh my god, random! Not random enough, thank you so much! I don't know if that's your way of telling me to shut up, but, again, hippie, we own a gun. I have fired many, many guns. I understand gun safety, and I agree with them 1,000%. But I feel like when you have someone whose job it is to take something and make it essentially fake and handing it to, you know what I mean? Like, it should not be on his radar to think that someone would have had live ammunition in that gun, because technically that gun should have been loaded anyway, right? It should have had blanks in it, right? So I equate it to my job. Would I ever go to another department, like the billing department, and would I expect them to? But again, it would be loaded because it would have blanks in it, right? So I don't know. Like, I feel like I 100% agree with gun safety, 1000%, and we practice it, right? But I also feel like when it comes to Hollywood and what they use, would he ever have to consider the fact that when there are multiple people before it even gets to him that are supposed to make sure that gun is ready for shoot? Why is it his responsibility to check that they did their job? And now again, gun safety, and I get it. I do. But also, like, why is he the one being railroaded when there are all these people who thought it was a good idea to take the gun and go shooting with it before before it was being used, and then just like la-di-da forget that they were doing that? Like, I don't know. I feel like when it comes down to it, he is the last person in that chain of people whose responsibility it was to even, like, there are people whose jobs were literally to make sure that that gun was not loaded with real ammunition. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go to other departments and do their job for them, right? I assume that my finance team is collecting the revenue that we are owed from our clients to keep our business running. I don't go to that department and make sure that they are calling weekly or emailing weekly or whatever they do. So, like, it's exactly, which, you know, and even that in and of itself could be an indicator of how bad things were. Like, maybe it would have been something to question if the whole set was a cluster, right? But it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like, clearly there was no maliciousness in any way, shape, or form. And I don't believe that anyone wanted something bad to happen. But there was a whole heaping helping of neglect all the way around. And it's just frustrating. I do understand the fact that people want there to be justice, right? I get that. I absolutely do. I feel like there's a lot more shades of gray in this one. Okay, hippie, yes. 1000%. I can agree with you on that one. 1000% can agree with you on that one. I mean, we all know, like, dating it back to, like, the O.J. Simpson case. He was acquitted, but then the civil courts came in and was like, oh, fuck that. And then that's when they came in and did that part. So I'm definitely understanding that point of view 1,000,000%. And I feel like that we can agree on the fact that he shouldn't be railroaded, and it feels like to a degree he is being railroaded. And I do understand that people need an entity to blame. People need to understand, like, it's like the nature of humanity, right? Something happened. There has to be this person did it, or this is the reason, or whatever, and that should just be that. And it's because he's the one who physically pulled the trigger. It's easy for people to say he needs to go to jail, he's a murderer, he did all this other stuff, and there's just so much of a gray area that it's not that cut and dry. And it, trust me, I love black and white. I love things to be black and white, but this is like a whole shade of gray. Yes, Sneb. Yes, absolutely. I think everyone can agree with that. It's just, again, the whole thing is beyond unfortunate. And I feel like that's even not enough to say that, because a family is grieving. A life was lost. And writing it off as just an unfortunate event is not fair. That's not, it's almost diminishing a person's life. And we don't want to do that, right? Like, that's not what we want to do. But it isn't as black and white as other situations could be. And it makes it a little uncomfortable because everyone can look at it in a different way. But I also think that having the ability to do that and have the civil conversations about stuff where we could have a slightly different view here and there, but I think we can all come together and say, in the end, this is what we need to focus on, aside from the fact that a life was lost. And that is important, and we don't want to take away from that. But we also need to say, hey, we need better standards. We need someone to really look after this. What needs to change in the industry? What needs to change in the rules? What needs to change across the board? As Hippie said, civil courts are there for a reason. And honestly, I'm not fully against the prop master getting jail time. So I'm not trying to say everyone's scot-free either. It's just, like, I don't want to boil it down to this because I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, those memes where it's like you had one job and then something horrible happens. Like, literally that was this person's job and none of it was done. It's ridiculous. That Drink Ninja, hello. And now I will get off of that soapbox because I'm sure I've upset quite a few people. Random, I did see your comment earlier. Sorry, I was kind of on a tangent. So there's a light out over here and it's making it kind of hard for me to read things. So Matt did me a solid and brought down my glasses, and in the process called them granny glasses, forgetting that he was the one who picked them out. So that happened. But apparently I'm tired and headachy enough that my eyes just really need some help today. And I'm old. Like, the age is really kicking in. Fat Drink Ninja, I hope you're doing well. Let me know. Let me know about the 16th, about some of the stuff we were talking about. Happy to derail conversation anytime. Yeah, no, they're good conversations. And I like conversations. And freely, I admit that I'm kind of afraid of playing the Dark Urge. I feel like this is going to be really hard for me. Like, guys, I almost cried on stream yesterday playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I knew it was coming. And I still almost cried during one of the last scenes I did on stream. For Big Dice Energy, I don't know if you skipped all the cutscenes in 14 or not, but we're in Ishgard right now, and it got to the part where Orshfont took a spear for the hero, the Warrior of Light, and we're sad to have our cheerleader gone. What did who was it in our FC that called it the trauma dungeon? It was like, nope, that's true. That's trauma. I started back into it, Hippie, because I found out I found out that they're redoing things with the expansion that's coming out this summer, and I realized there's 2 expansions that I own that I've never even touched. So I thought that I would kind of start fresh and see if I could stick with it long enough to get to one of the expansions I haven't touched yet. Yeah, Chaos, let me know, guys. I am so excited for the 16th. And like I said, I'm more than happy to just have a few incentives for my regular stream incentives, and then make it a day where I put this on a timer and direct everyone to Fat Drunk Ninja's page so we can get him some funds. And see, I'm afraid to start Genshin Impact because I hear it's really, really good. I actually have the circus peanuts here now. I forgot to bring them at Rob's at Big Dice Energy's house, but that's just it. It's a gacha game, which is why another reason why I don't want to play it. But I would. But I want to try to. So here's the thing. So someone requested I play this, so I want to play this. I have 14 that I started back up. I still need to beat 7 remake, the first one, and I need to finish Final Fantasy 1 so then I can move on to Final Fantasy 2s. I need to finish a game. That would be helpful. We're gonna go with a high elf all the way. Female. We want. That face works. Let's go with wow, these look different. Let's go with that. No scarring. No body art. Let's go with the hair. Yes, buddy. What's wrong? Why are you meowing so loudly? Every day? That's not bad. Like, I would love to like log off of here and then log back on and play some Final Fantasy. But I am. Please don't shut off my computer, buddy. I love you, but I would appreciate you not doing that. You want to come up here? Want to say hi to everybody? What? You want to say hi? Say hi. Aw, thanks, Random. And, you know, glasses are there to help us, so there's nothing wrong with wearing them. Alright, buddy. I would like you to go this way so I know that you're not going to turn off my computer, please. Thank you. I'm not, but I have a feeling that I might end up that way, and, like, you can ask Big Dice Energy, but I'm pretty much the only one in the family that doesn't use glasses on the regular. Oh wait, highlight intensity is down. Whoa, that's intense. We can dial that down a little bit. We don't need it quite that bad. There we go. That works. Yeah, I know, I'm also the youngest. No, okay, so to be fair, out of the immediate family, by immediate, I mean the 4, you know, the father, the mother, the brother, and the sister, I'm the only one who did not need glasses for distance, right? I was not nearsighted. And I did get my glasses at 10, but over time, my farsightedness actually improved. It is now going the other way again. But there might be a time whenever the nearsightedness starts to develop, and that's going to be weird for me. That's going to be really weird for me. But Let's actually look at her pretty eyes. Let's give her green eyes. And then makeup, we'll give her simple and clean. We'll do simple and clean. There we go. I feel like this doesn't really... Oh, because the tint intensity is down. Whoa, okay. Yeah, let's not... And then... Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, all of us old-timers, says the person who just turned 40. We might be older, but there's not that much of a difference. Not enough years to count, anyway. Oh. Can't...
The blood in your head drums and pounds. That
Oh look, my
pounding
mouse
blood
is stuttering
obscures
again.
who you are.
Yeah, yeah. There are actually 2 people in chat that turned 40 on the same day this year. That was pretty cool.
Besides your name and a headache.
I would never call myself wiser than anybody. That's a very realistic statement. You have nothing in your skull besides your name and a headache, but you are in danger. Curse whoever did this to you. Say your name aloud. You have a part of yourself. Take a deep breath, shake your head, and start anew. Yeah, we don't really care who I am. Let's just go forward.
And then you can shed light on the dark
Loopy.
matter of yourself.
Is someone in denial about their age?
My head.
Now, so I'm gonna be completely fair, open. By playing Final Fantasy XIV, switching it back and forth between the two, I get confused over what does what, so I apologize if I'm, like, stuttering over keystrokes and button pushes and all that other stuff. It was a hard adjustment going back to 14 after playing so much Baldur's Gate. Oh, look, a -1 intelligence. That's never gonna come back and bite me. And then my first roll's a crit. Gonna need that roll later.
The slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
I have no idea when the Dark Urge kicks in. Anything. But let's just blow myself up for the fun of it. There we go.
How much farther can I go?
Right. That's not how these cameras work.
What's in here?
I told you I would struggle. I knew I would because I've been playing so much 14 that I wanted to work like that. Let's see. It's a pod. I don't want that. I feel like there's one more up here. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I forgot how slow you are going places too. Let's pick that up. Oh, there is one more. Okay. I have clearly never done this opening multiple times or anything. Ugh. Great, let's go heal since I had to go and blow myself up. One thing I don't know is, if you're the Dark Urge, can you still romance any of the characters?
Where the hell are we?
I have no idea how that works.
Oh, I feel better.
And is there a character I should be going for over top of any others?
No traps, please.
Loot in the body, loot in the body. That's not a brain jar you can pick up, no. You can pick up that, though.
For more?
Yep. That's right, you can't do multiple commands. Give it time, Sapphire, give it time. Now, normally, I like to save us, because us is absolutely adorable. I wonder how that's going to work this time. Random, if you are still here, I hope all is going well. I feel like I haven't been chatting you up enough recently, and I apologize for that. Just swagger on over. Die! I clearly have no idea what to expect from a dark urge.
Save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
There are characters that are more forgiving of your urges than staring in Shadowheart. I feel like Shadowheart doesn't give a fuck about anything. Like, she just wants in your pants.
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted
Somehow I
you.
pass an Arcana check. I don't...
Remove us from this body.
I'll give it a shot. I don't see that I'm gonna save us. I don't have any... Oh man, my shoulders are just... all sorts of tense. Investigation, inspect... I like, and I'm playing this without any mods. I don't have any mods on this PC. I like the one where it'll tell you, like, what stats you have before you select an option. Kingmaker, what is Kingmaker? And is it for the PC? Oh look, -1. Well, I still passed it, so there's that. Pathfinder RPG. So, like, is it a computer
Notice a demon,
game, or
a cell
are
of
we
the
talking...
brain causing
We're
pressure
talking about
and
a
strains
computer game
against
based
the
off of
shell the
Pathfinder?
skull.
I haven't played Pathfinder since... Oh, God. I haven't played Pathfinder since about the time that 4.0 D&D was released. Computer or console. I have a PS4 and a Switch down here. I just haven't done anything with them yet. Let's go medicine. I remember loving Pathfinder because I felt like it was... Oh! Apparently wisdom is good for me. Okay. And I barely passed either of them. I do remember enjoying Pathfinder back in the day. Yeah, we used to call it 3.5. I remember hating 4.0 when it came out, but we played it so much, I'm kind of stuck on 4.0 rules now, so I'd have to reacquaint myself.
You notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
I will say this, that by the time I figured out THACO on my own, I did not want to switch to anything.
To shreds.
4.0 is like WoW edition D&D. No offense to WoW players. Clearly, I play MMOs as well. Or like Warhammer. Yeah, see, we all have the same thing. And it took me a long time to get used to it, but we played a 2-year campaign in 4.0. So at that point, that was the last thing I played. So that's what's stuck up here in the old noggin. Imagine a brain full of holes, a brain like your own. Oh, I love the scripting on this. Spare the creature. Only because I want to summon it later. If I play that far into this, but...
Free. Our freedom is
I
ours, friend.
So how I kept saying that I play a Frenzied Berserker on here is because in 4.0, my 2-year campaign was with Frenzied Berserker. Once they actually released, because we started when they released and they only had limited classes, so I played a paladin initially, but my party was so bad that the people keeping watch ended up wandering off in camp one night, and my paladin was sleeping without her armor on and took a hit for the party when we got jumped, because of course we did, and ended up actually being beheaded in the first dungeon module of 4.0. It was so bad. So by time we got around to that and that happened, they had released a barbarian, and we hadn't gotten to like a frenzied berserker yet, but we were all level 1, so it didn't really matter. So by time I got to the point where that started to matter, all of that had been released, so I was able to build the character I wanted to. All right, let's go. I'm not going to ask a bunch of questions. I know where I'm going. But the last time I played was 2011. So, yeah, I have no idea. I've never even looked at 5.0. I can't remember the last time I pulled open a Pathfinder book, so I would love to refamiliarize myself, but I also know, like, I feel like that might be more time than, like, the best way to do it might be Fat Drunk Ninja's suggestion and do a video game, because I don't know that I have the bandwidth to start fresh and figure it all out. Come on, Bay. Come on down. I know that there's a big bunch of Lae'zel haters, but I happen to absolutely love her. Playing a mostly good character, and I still love her. Well, I mean, obviously this character isn't mostly good, but...
A silver sword, and a flash of your face.
Oh, are they? Ooh. Man, there's so many good video games, I'm never gonna be able to play them all, especially finish any. Now here's the thing, am I playing a resist dirge, or am I going full tilt? Like, what am I doing with this character? I don't know that I need to make that decision just yet, but I'd like to know. Let's just kiss up to Lae'zel because she's hot and she knows what she's doing. Clearly, you know, put your trust in the Get Yankee.
It may be of use in the fight to come.
I like how I'm all bloody and I haven't even fought anything yet. Alright. So it's... That character portrait's so weird.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
You did pick the wrong fight, friend. Can I reach this one? Oh, I can. And this is why I like Monk. You start out with a double hit. There we go.
You proved surprisingly adequate.
See, that's just it. Like, I'm way too good-natured to even play a dirge. I've never even tried it. I know that I believe that the canon main character is the Dark Urge. I don't know why those aren't closing. There we go. Looting the bodies, looting the bodies. I'm trying to remember what does what. It's been a long time. Okay, that's mine. I want... Ha! I'm remembering things. That's a scary thought because I don't remember anything. That's why I think that playing a Dark Urge character is so fun, is because I am not going to like any of it. No one took damage, so we don't have to heal.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
Sure, Lae'zel, whatever you say. And also because if I'm not save scumming, if I do try to resist and I fail, that might almost be even more hilarious, right? Come on. Because again, like I usually play good characters, but it's also hilarious when let's just push buttons.
Psionic energy radiates from the prisoners, but they do not react.
I want the fight. There we go. Nope. Nope, no fight. I just killed them. Oopsies. Now here's the question. Here's another more important question. Do I actually try to save Shadowheart, or do I just leave? Because on one hand, she does help with the fight, and then you're on better terms starting out. But on the other hand, it's Shadowheart, and who likes Shadowheart? The answer is a lot of people. I understand. I feel like I'm in the minority by not actually liking her. There's a key. Let's push the button and turn this person, because why not?
Trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
What's inside?
Here. Collect the brains in jars now that I know what you do with them.
Another brain.
I used to sell them because I did not know.
But for what?
Now I know. Ugh. Starting to question how I slept last night. Place your hand on the console, because what bad could ever happen from that?
There's something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Yummy. You probably could. Because I believe you can actually, become a mind flayer in this game.
Change her. Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
Don't worry, Lae'zel. I will let you keep your community. For now.
This to be our fate.
Let's see. I don't think it'll let me open this, will it?
Newborn mind flayer stares at you, weak and dazed.
Oh no, friend. It'll be a party. It'll be a banging good time. I wouldn't do anything inappropriate. Panic Ness! Hello, friend! How are you? It is awesome to see you. You're coming in at an amazing time where I'm admittedly out of my element. I don't play Dark Urge, so I don't know what to do. Yes, Chaos, so... Yeah! We got a donation for Extra Life yesterday where this happened, and, I normally play, like, neutral to lawful good characters, so playing a Dark Urge is going to be interesting.
The console appears dormant.
Part of me wants to just leave Shadowheart here, but I also know that the game pretty much forces her on you, so I might as well just accept
What
it.
is its purpose?
How are things going,
Will it
Panic
free the
Ness?
captain or transform her like
It's
that
great
other
to see
unfortunate?
/ hear you the other day. Why drag this out? We know what's gonna happen.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite.
I felt bad because on the call I was like on my phone with a headbutt, like an earbud, and everyone's got the professional setup. They're sitting in front of it. And I'm like, I've got kids. I'm just gonna sit here and unmute when I get a chance. Then discover fades. Let's just ignore the sensation. Let's get Shadowheart out of there. Yeah, I couldn't like I jumped into group 2 just to listen for a little bit, and then I had to back out, but yeah, everyone's like got their professional mics and their setups and their stream space, which I am in now, but then I was not. So I'm like, I'm just gonna be making dinner while and doing dishes while I'm listening to this. Okay, let's just will it open then. Oh look, I get a +2. I'm not gonna be sad about that. Yeah, it was just like, I'm just gonna
Feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command.
do all the motherly like type things.
A shiver runs
There wasn't
across
really a
you.
good option of a time for me to attend. My husband and I have staggered work shifts, so if I'm not working, I'm with the kids. Or it's bath/bedtime, or it's really late and I'm old. I do like getting sleep sometimes.
I thought that damn thing was going
Which
to be
is
like-
an unfortunate because Luffy does awesome group stuff, but I am East Coast and he is West Coast, so I
Gratitude is
like never
mixed with
join.
wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Dangerous company is good.
Fair point.
Of course, it's a
Looks
fair
like there's
point.
plenty
You do
of
not Let
me come with you.
talk bad about my Lae'zel
Get
there,
off the ship
Shadowheart.
and watch each other's backs
Yeah,
along the way.
East Coast.
Shadowheart. One moment.
That name is so fake, Shadowheart. Can we talk about that? Yeah, East Coast love for sure. Yeah, I really don't care about your trinket.
Let us make for the helm. We've wasted enough time already.
I agree with you, Lae'zel.
She's right.
I do, like, it is... I feel like the people I want to watch/interact with, all this other stuff, are either 5 or 6 hours ahead of me or 3 hours behind me. I feel like being on the East Coast, there's not always a lot of individuals with the timetable that I would like to keep. Which, you know, isn't a bad thing. It's just... it makes it hard for me to be part of the group. I don't think anyone took any damage. Unless I walk through this fire, which
We are nearing the
might
head.
happen.
Once inside, do as I say.
Anything you say,
You in
Lae'zel.
charge.
Anything you say.
I'll trust my own judgment.
Yeah, Hippie, that's gotta be very frustrating. Yeah, like, one of the AEs that I work with is in California, and I feel for her because she's like, it's not fair because in the middle of my day when I really need help, everyone else is out for the day. And it's a fair point. But I'm also not staying available until 8 p.m. every night. Like, I can be reached, but because I'm salaried, I don't get paid extra, so there better be a gosh darn good reason why you're reaching out to me, and I better get some sort of kickback in another way, like being able to take some time off without people knowing about it so the time cards stay the same or whatever. I didn't have an option. Like, our roles are salaried or not, except for last year. We unfortunately lost our biggest client, which was not no one's fault. The owner of the business had had enough and was ready to retire, and you can't fault someone for wanting to retire, right? And So he sold his business, and the company that bought his business did not want to continue doing business with us. So
Survival is all that matters.
that's fine. That's absolutely, like, I respect that. I'm not angry that that's the reason why we lost our business, if that makes sense. So but as part of that, they laid off some individuals in our company, and there are others that they moved from salary to hourly and then cut their hours down to 30 a week. Though also in that situation, and again, I don't fault anyone for this, both of those individuals left because they didn't want to work for a company that cut their hours to 30 hours a week. And who can blame them, right? Like, if my time and pay got cut out of nowhere without notice, I would leave too. That's part of how it goes, right? So definitely no fault there. But the rest of us are salaried. Those of us who have been
Swift as my feet can carry me.
given the ability to stay.
Swift and lethal. Taking position.
Which I feel like we've already rebounded really well from that whole thing. So West Coast, Best Coast, yeah, Loopy, whatever you say.
Protect me.
So, you know, while you're saying that, if you want to put your money where your mouth is, we can put 2 wheel slices with your name and a pie to the face on my wheel, and we can see how far your pie goes for the year. Like, I'm not opposed to oh wow, why don't I do that with... That would have been the smart thing to do this whole time. Loopy is definitely in here, which we love, and it's awesome. So obviously, Panic Nest, you know what's going on about things and stuff and whatnot, and apparently that's been in the works for quite some time. At that time, Loopy and I had met and knew each other, but, you know, that was talking about stuff this year, but that was about it. And then right before the request came out, I joined Loopy's team. So now we're both on the same Extra Life team this year, which is really cool.
Make way.
We're gonna dash you. Yeah, so,
Hurry before they strike.
Loopy and I discussed last year the possibility of me joining the Sus Squad this year, so it was really cool how that all worked out. I still don't understand why I'm around for any of these things, but I'm not going to complain about it. Oh, she actually did damage to him. I'm not going to complain about that either. He loses hair. It goes so much more than pies, though. It goes so much more than pies. Last weekend, I did an egg roulette.
Nothing will stand in my way.
We are putting together the best of clips now. And originally I was going to do 1 dozen eggs, but we unlocked 2 dozen eggs. Big Dice Energy, who may or may not still be in the chat, prepared the eggs for me, so I didn't know what was going on, and he was going under the assumption that there'd only be 1 dozen, and out of the 1 dozen eggs that he prepared for the egg roulette, he hard-boiled 11 of them. So I just went, not knowing what was what, I went all in and just like smashed these eggs off of my head as hard as I could, and I left bruises and welts like everywhere. So that got gloopy and amazing and painful, and at one point like an eggshell got stuck in my hair and was just hanging out the entire time. And then we moved outside, and Big Dice Energies smashed a pie in my face with a precision aim, and I couldn't see anything because I had pie. Thankfully, I had safety goggles on. Normally, I don't wear glasses at all, but I'm having a day. So I'm like covered in a poncho that was covered in egg. And I had that throw was amazing. It was right to the face. So then I can't see anything because I got pie in my face. And then they have eggs. Fat Drunk Ninja and Big Dice Energy have eggs that they're pelting at me. Originally, I was going to try to catch them in my head in a bucket, and I forgot a basket of any kind. So then they just started throwing them at me, and they were cold. It was cold. And the eggs weren't breaking when they hit me. And like I had a welt, like a huge welt right here. I had like a huge welt here, huge welts here. I have a bruise on my thigh. Like it was pure chaos, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm pretty sure it's stuff like that is the reason why Loopy and I got along last year. It was I mean, I enjoy chaos. Last year we did and I don't remember how much after it was that I met Loopy, but we did a Will It Milkshake stream. So people would donate, I think, $20, and they could list an ingredient that went into this milkshake. I have a video about it where it was like ham, mint chip ice cream, French dressing. Big Dice Energy went all in and was like Clamonaise, which to those who don't know what that is, Cards Against Humanity released a food-like product that had cards inside of it, and it was called Clamonaise because it's clam-flavored mayonnaise. So that ended up in the milkshake along with sprinkles, and I can't even think everything, but there was like, it looked disgusting. It smelled disgusting, and it tasted like salty, savory mint chip ice cream. It was the weirdest experience. And I would do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I clearly have issues. I won't do Bean Boozleds. I've already axed those off, but then we also ended up doing a Will It Pizza, and somebody threw down a donation that resulted in a 10 ingredients from a Thanksgiving dinner. So we had like turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and vegetables and the whole 9 yards. And then we had squid and what did Big Dice Energy put down? Scrapple. We put Scrapple down there. In circus peanuts, which I absolutely cannot stand circus peanuts. And basically we just built this huge pizza out of it, and I ate that live on stream. And surprisingly, sans the circus peanuts, It was an amazing pizza, and I would eat it again. 10 out of 10. Next Thanksgiving dinner I make, I'm going to make it in the form of a pizza because it was amazing. So we don't hesitate to put things in our mouths for sick kids here on this stream. I said that. Also, I am allergic to black pepper and capsaicin, so I can't do, I have to be careful what I put on, especially when it comes to the spicy stuff. If it's a cinnamon spicy, I'm willing to do it. If it's like a capsaicin spicy, I don't want to end up in the hospital. So Big Dice Energy and Fat Drunk Ninja have so wonderfully taken on the burden of eating the hot spicy things for me. So the hot spicy Bean Boozleds could make an appearance, but not because of me. But we did unlock. Apparently, I have an iron stomach. I haven't thrown up once, so I'm gonna keep going. But because of our team goals, we have now unlocked the most sour challenge. So I get to go through that. Found Velveeta sauce for the Willet ice cream. Ooh, yeah. So I need to still do. I unlocked it last year, but I fell behind in my redeems. I'm gonna get a ice cream stone and do like a cold stone type ice cream, Willet ice cream. And that one is people have to donate to put ingredients on there, but apparently a Velveeta sauce is going to be on there. I really want this sword, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think that I am not going to take this guy down. I think I've only taken this guy down once. But I figure if I have an iron stomach or almost iron stomach and the lack of forethought and decision making that would prevent me from doing anything to actually start eating all this randomly bad stuff, if I can raise money for charity, I will use that to my advantage.
Can't give up.
I know he's got a high defense, and I don't like this high defense. Ooh, that was a good one. I used to love Velveeta. Growing up, our grandfather would buy the bricks of the Velveeta. And, oh, he went down finally. We gotta kill this guy fast, because then his cohorts are gonna be coming soon. Oh, you're not looking good, sir.
Still breathing, despite everything.
So anytime we would hang out with our grandfather, it would involve Velveeta in some way, shape, or form. Oh, he's got 1 hit point left. Oh, he's saved. Ah! That Drunk Ninja, you probably know this, but we got Loopy to try Malort. So let's keep giving Loopy other goals that don't require ring fit. I can't tell if he will be thankful or not. Yeah, I want that sword so bad. I'm willing to die for that sword. Yes! Loot in the body. Oh, I can't pick loot in the body. Take all. Thank you.
Time to strike.
Let's get out of here, Lazel. Whoosh.
Alien transponder.
I'm all for encouraging people to take on the challenges that sound disgusting and really are disgusting, as long as they're not harmful. I don't mind trying them first to test them out, so to speak. And I would love to do the milkshake again, the pizza again. I would totally love to do that with you guys, and I might do that this year based off of unlocks. I can't tell if my audience is going to stop participating because they feel like they're not going to get a reaction out of me, or two, if that just means they're going to step up their game and make it that much worse, if that makes sense. So not sure. Like, I was taking spoonfuls of Marmite while I was waiting for the pizza to bake. I would appreciate it if it was stepping up the game, because guys, like, a full disclosure, I really, really, really want to raise money for the kids. Like, that is important to me. So I'm not monetizing this stuff because I'm selfish or because I'm getting a kickback in any way. In fact, it costs me even more when I do that, because then I have to go out and find these random weird ingredients. It took me 4 hours to get Scrapple in the Midwest for the pizza. So, like, you know, it is an investment for me as well. But, you know, the more money we can raise for the kids, then it's that much better, right? So, do you not have Scrapple that easily in Georgia? I now know. Oh, hello, Minthara. I now know where I can get the Scrapple. So I had to look and look and look, but I found a place. Yeah, I found it at a local butcher as well. And then finding a butcher that was open on a Saturday was also a challenge. But we did it. I actually enlisted the aid of my sisters. See, I don't think Scrapple would be like a southern thing. Maybe I'm just really out of touch with all that. But then also grits are huge here too. So maybe I just have a bad understanding of regional anything. All I know is that nothing that I like was available in New England. So that 10 years of my life would be like, what do you mean you don't know what cocoa wheats are? What's wrong with you guys? Oh, so it's like euchre. I remember I was in a group chat somewhere and I mentioned playing euchre, and they're like, you're either from Pennsylvania or Ohio. And I'm like, I hate that you know that.
The past is still an aching void. If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain soon, your future will be as blank as your past. Your head whispers.
It is funny to think of like all the things that are regional, even as simple as terminologies for the same things. I had such a difficult time adjusting to moving to Vermont just based off of the words used for the terminologies used for certain things. And, you know, other things.
In the pungent corpse. Since you awoke on the
Wait.
ship, your mind has been cold and empty, but something stirs. With your hands close to this body, you know nothing of why, but you find a half smile flittering.
I'm not used to this dialogue. I was like not even paying attention to the dialogue because I've done this, right? How many times have I created new characters and just gotten to the beach and like, yeah, whatever, I'll create a new one next time. That one caught me off guard. Let the grin fall. Try to remember the last time you stood above a corpse. Push the smile away. This is vile. Let the grin fall across your face. Let's try to do a check because I'm trying to fail one and see how bad it is. That is not a fail. So when I moved to Vermont, people would call sledding sliding, and that one got me. Oh, hi, Kyrie.
It is filled with flashes of 1,000 different dead.
Right, hippie? Like, to me, when I think of Scrapple, I think of the South, but again, my ignorance is showing. I would love to leave her on the beach, but I don't want to prolong this. Soft serve ice cream in Vermont is called a creamy, and it took me 2 years of living in Vermont to understand what creamy season was and why it wasn't foul. Like, I just thought people were being openly indecent, and no one would explain to me what it was. And now I know. Now I know. And also, the University of Vermont has a thing based off of Burlington, Vermont. In Burlington, Vermont, public nudity is okay as long as you don't undress in public. So if you walk out of your door buck ass naked and walk down the street, that's okay. No one, like, you're not in trouble. So the University of Vermont every year has the naked bicycle race. And I remember no one told me about that. And at work, we worked in front of like the big bay windows that looked right out into the street, and it was in the winter time, and I'm looking and I'm watching all these people going down past our office naked as jaybirds, like, and because it was so cold, their bodies would be different colors, like blues and purples and all this other stuff. And I remember the first person I walked by, or that drove by, or rode by, it was a bicycle, and I remember questioning if they were actually naked or not, or if I just had caught something out of the glimpse of my eye and my perverted mind was filling in the gaps. And then a second one came by, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure that person only had socks on. So then the third one goes by, and by that point I had gotten up and was just like standing by the window staring. And I turn around and my coworkers are just laughing hysterically because they knew I was a transplant from the Midwest. So they're like, oh yeah, by the way, that's a thing. So they actually let me just take time and sit at the window and just watch as everyone, so many people did this. Now I have thrown myself in a lake, a frozen lake, multiple times for charity. The one that's done in Lake Champlain is for the Special Olympics, which is also an amazing charity. So like, I have done penguin plunges before, but even I would not do a naked bicycle race. So that one like threw me off a little bit. And then I realized how much of like a prude I really was. Like, I was a closeted pervert prude, and I that was the moment it dawned on me. And it's Creemee for creamy, I believe. I wanted to see if you'd anything worth taking. Yeah, let's just pretend to play nice with her.
Thank you for the concern.
So, like,
And speaking of,
and I'm sure there are things that people from other regions move here and it throws them off as well. So, in this area, because tornadoes are so common, and because, you know, everything here is basically from the 20s, the 40s, or whatever, there are air raid sirens that just were never decommissioned, because why would you if you have multiple of them in a city or a town, right? So like the town I grew up in would use them. They would signal once real quick at 10 p.m. every night for curfew. If there's a fire or if there's a tornado, they use the air raid sirens. So Matt's first storm experience, because in Vermont you didn't have to worry about tornadoes, so the first time we had to make for the cellar, he was kind of freaking out a little bit. And so not only is the weather bad, but then you have these loud air raid sirens going off, and like, he looked visibly scared, and I just wasn't bothered. And he's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, it's no big thing, you get used to it. You basically are just Europe, but instead of different countries with different language. It's true. It's true.
true. Seems like we're the lucky ones.
It is very,
Judging by
very
how the
true.
corpses stood. I
That's just, yeah, that's exactly it, hippies. You're like, whatever, it's another one. Though luckily where I grew up, well, they were common because my hometown is so low elevation, because we're technically coming into the valley outside of the Appalachian Mountains. Because the elevation's so low, tornadoes would normally just go overhead. So, like, they never touched down where I grew up, but they would touch down everywhere around it.
First things first. We need supplies, shelter.
I will say
most of all, a healer.
I
We
drew
might have escaped, but
my
we still have
only
these awful
time
monsters in
driving
our
through a
heads.
tropical depression was in the South, and it wasn't Mississippi, but it was Louisiana.
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company. One thing, just before we go.
Yeah, no, not yet, but I'm sure it's going to
I
happen.
wanted
But
to thank you again
of course, I drove
for
by.
It would have been all too easy
The
for
only
you to
time
run
I've ever
right past my
driven
pod.
to Texas and back, I went along the coast on my way back so I could hit Louisiana on purpose because I had friends I wanted to visit. And of course, I had to do that in the middle of hurricane season, so that was cool. Wait, that's right. That's not how you do this. This shell does not pop up when you alt it. I know that much. I mean, don't get me wrong, rainstorms are amazing to sit through and watch, and it just, like, my body feels better. Like, it aches, but in the end, it just feels better during a storm, but I really don't want any hurricanes. Like, I don't want a hurricane here if we don't need to. Though, we do get the heavy rains after, like the post-hurricane rains, that flood things. Because the elevation is so low in my hometown, every spring the area floods. Every spring. You couldn't handle the rains down in Africa.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
Well, I wouldn't have seen it, hippie. But most of my siblings, all but one, would have seen it. The youngest of my sisters was born in 65, and then there's a gap until later. Trying not to give away Big Dice Energy's age. Yet. I'm sure it'll come out. I picked up that belladonna. Ooh. So we haven't had any real chance to do anything too dark urgy yet. I need a lockpick to get in there. I made superheroes on Match Channel, now I'm playing with them. Aww. We like superheroes. Okay, here's a question. If you could have any superpower, I don't care how niche, how obscure, if you could have any superpower, what would you have? That's a disarm kit. Yeah, I don't have a lockpicking kit. Not yet. I'll have to come back. Oops. What did I do? How do I get out of this? Oh, but we can level up, so let me do this first.
Still in control. Just.
Immortality, that doesn't surprise me, and also... What?
No time to rest.
No time to rest. Oh,
All right.
what? There we go. Do you mind? You don't have to disclose it, but what would your superpower? What is your superpower? These are key points. Ooh. Take that. Oh, well, there's that. I don't know that I would say that Drunk Ninja. One more spell slot, I'll take it. Channel Divinity charges, I'll take that. Turn Undead. Take that. Let's prepare spells. Well, I'm here. What do I want? Great Water I don't really need just yet. You are now... that has its uses. Okay, why is Bless not... Does that not come in more often? Let's take this out and put this in. Accept. Oh, you want that ability? Why would you want that? Silly V, how's it going? How are you, friend? The ability to instantly know how to do anything. So, that's a good answer. And how do I get my view back to where I want it? Kind of like, oh, thank you. Thank you. One of the reasons why I like Echo so much, you know, before the MCU got their hands on her and what her power subset is really supposed to be, is the ability to mimic anything that she sees. I love that ability. So it's one that I would definitely consider that as well. It's a good one. All right, let's fight these guys. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I had not played this in a while, so I have forgotten a lot of things, and I feel kind of silly about that. Let's see.
Something good here, I hope.
I have not. So, I mean, I'm going to keep watching the MCU because I am a weird geek and I like to see what they do with things. Like, there have been times where I'm not too thrilled with things, but then they made Moon Knight, and I happen to absolutely love Moon Knight. I was so excited when Echo, like, beyond excited when they brought Echo into the fold. And for the most part, I feel like they did a pretty good job. But then I watched her series, and it's, again, I'm not trying to nitpick, but I'm not exactly happy with what they did with her powers, because I think that her powers as they are more than enough. You don't have to add to it for show or whatever. I haven't seen What If Season 2. I really liked What If Season 1. I don't even like things like... Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Silly B. I don't even like Marvel Zombies, I'll be honest. It's not a storyline that I am particularly fond of overall, but I loved watching it in What If. Like, the episode for that, I think, was so much fun, and I love how they explained how all that came to be. And I would consider watching What If Season 2. I'm just so far behind on all of it. And of course, I've been choosy and picky about what I have watched. So, I, for example, have not watched the Black Widow movie at all. Get some good groceries. Think about what we're gonna do for our St. Patrick's Day stream.
Isn't such a distant prospect.
Thank you for stopping out, that Drunk Ninja. It's always a pleasure.
Have I been this way before?
See, I was the exact, well, I don't want to say the exact opposite, but
Don't mind if I do.
I was far more familiar with Marvel outside of, like,
Anything of use?
the only DC I really exposed myself to in any form was Batman and all of that. Not me having, like, Catwoman comics or anything as a little girl. Nah, not me. I just like comics in general, though. But I also have, like, I have this thing about any character that's seemingly... And this is kind of where I feel like the MCU is shooting themselves in the foot, because at this point there's only so many more directions they can go, and it's going to be involving more characters like this. And this is my issue with Captain Marvel. I didn't dislike the movie or anything like that. I'm not, like, that far down that rabbit hole, but it goes into my dislike for Superman, is that when you have someone who has basically next to no weakness, or their weakness is something that should be so incredibly rare it's obtuse, there's not a lot of room for flaws, for conflict that's not overly convoluted, and that's not enjoyable or something that appeals to me. Gwenpool is awesome. And let's be real. Anyone who has Deadpool in their ranks is solid. Not saying that you have to like Marvel because you like Deadpool, but that's doing it right there. Also, oh boy, I was, it is. I was so, but you can do it very, very, very wrong, though. There's like you can kind of do it right, or you can do it way, 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 way wrong. And it even goes down back to, like, even, dating myself here, watching Heroes. I really started to get annoyed with, like, the character of Peter, because it was like, do you have any flaws, or, like, are you just the, like, why? What's going on? It just was frustrating to me. But going back, like, I turned into, like, the ultimate nerd whenever I found out that they were going to have Deadpool in a movie. And so, I was, like, front and center opening night when the Wolverine came out. And then I watched it. And I don't know that I've ever been so angry in a movie theater in my life. Like, I felt bad for anyone who went to see that movie with me, because I completely flipped my shit at the end of it. No. And it sucked, because I was so happy that Ryan Reynolds, of all people, was cast as Wade, and that movie was just so bad. So, like, the fact that we have the Deadpool movies that we have now is just brilliant and amazing, and gave me that nerdgasm that I was looking for so many years prior. That's exactly it, Silly B. And I feel like some iterations of these OP characters, their flaws are the most ridiculous flaws out there. And it's kind of like one of the main reasons why I love to hate on the old school Superman, because he was such a womanizing bastard, right? He was just, but that was the era. So when they wrote it, they didn't think that they were writing him to be such a douchebag, but he really was. So it's, one, easy to hate on him because his character is just that bad. But 2, it's fun to hate on him because of just how the time was and how these things made it to print and they were socially acceptable, right? And I would have less of a problem with him as a character if that's the way he stayed. But then they like tried to make him like this Mr. Perfect. And you have to have flaws. Like, you have to have them. And I would say the same thing about any character. Like, again, Captain Marvel. Like, when you start ramping things up to people have to have flaws. So if people had an issue watching the movie because she had a bad attitude, at least that's something, right? There has to be a downside to things. So
Please come and help me.
Something's on my
let's
mind.
go pick up Dreamy McDreamerson here.
I've got one of those brain things cornered.
I look
In the grass.
less than
You
concerned.
can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
I think that's kind of one of the reasons why, when it comes to like DC comics, sorry, I'm moving this heater out of the way. I'm such a fan of the Batman universe because there's so many layers to all of the characters. Obviously, Bruce Wayne is just like that's a conversation in and of itself, right? But then all of the villains seem to be steeped in this quagmire of, well, in a way, you can kind of look at them and empathize a little bit, and they're flawed people, but those flaws just took them down this path versus this path. And Batman, the whole universe, I absolutely love it. Sure, let's just go kill it so he can jump me.
There. Can you
Taken
see?
out of context, that sounded bad.
Just
Piggy,
a
piggy,
gun
piggy.
bore. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
Hey, I passed my perception check. That's not bad. One more step and I'll make you eat that knife.
Try. But first you'll tell me what you know.
Oh, come on, buddy. There's no way you would take me down.
You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy space.
I like how Big Dice Energy
Try to
showed up
hold
to
the
basically
memory,
just
but it
give me this
fades to the
horrible face
world.
paint and then
The
left.
light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on?
You are falling in love with me. That's what it is. Put the knife away and I'll tell you everything after I stab you.
I'm not an idiot. It has to be those tentacled monsters.
Are you not an idiot,
Something
Asterion?
you did.
Let's talk about
I
that.
took you too. I saw it during whatever just happened. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards.
You didn't even
Yeah,
try.
apologies.
Like, come on, dude. Can't blame you. I was looking forward to seeing yours.
A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate. When those
I
beasts
love
snatched me.
Neil. Admittedly, I didn't know much about him until this game came out, and I became hyper obsessive and started looking into all sorts of things. Which, to be fair, when I first played this game, Adora, I hated Asterion. Like, the minute that we met, his secret's not a very well kept secret, obviously. And I was just like, nope, hate this guy. And then, like, the more I got to hate him, I was like, wow, I really like hating him. And then I started, like, down that rabbit hole, and I'm like, no, this is done really, really well. What got a lot of people against wokeness is because people are tired of flawless characters and corporations are afraid to portray minority. It does make sense. And I would agree with that. I think that you should be more willing to put minorities into things. Absolutely. But don't be afraid to give them flaws as well. And that's not saying that you have to make them stereotypical. They can have all sorts of different flaws. But, like, people aren't perfect. People aren't perfect at all. God, like, I guess the best example that I can think of is that by recommendation from my chat, I powered through all 3 seasons of The Boys. And first of all, not what I was expecting, and nor was I prepared for that. So thank you, everyone who suggested that. And then 2, the yeah, pretty much hippie. The was it? I'm blanking on the names. So the main good guy that's really the main bad guy, he is. It makes sense why he is the way he is, but he is super effing flawed, and they don't hold back on that. And none of the characters, like, I feel like every character in that show almost has more flaws than decent qualities. And aside from all the graphic violence and nudity and orgies and all that random stuff that shows up in The Boys, knowing that they were willing to write in all the characters with flaws and not try to make anyone perfect was kind of the appealing part of that story. Yeah, and you see, and that's ridiculous right there. Like, there's... And I think I kind of went over, like, I went down this rabbit hole with, like, one of my favorite characters of all time was Domino. And when I found out that they were putting Domino in Deadpool 2, I was beside myself with joy. And then I saw Domino, and my first concern was that she wasn't true to the character. Now, granted, Domino's albino in the comics, so you can't exactly look at her and say what ethnicity she is. Pretty sure it's Hispanic, though. So, like, it was a little weird that they went from one minority to another, but even then, I was willing to see what they did with it, because it doesn't really matter. It's like you said, it's a fantasy story. They're characters that were created. It doesn't matter. Now, if the storyline of that character was reflecting certain backgrounds that, like, if they were crucial to that character, then making, changing up ethnicity or gender or whatever could be counterproductive to what you want to do for that character. But if it's just a random character, it doesn't matter. Like, that shouldn't take away from the storyline. That's like the least immersive thing for me. Like, to me, it's the story. I don't really care what I'm looking at. Exactly. Like, you could not have had the Falcon and the Winter Soldier with a Caucasian Captain America or Falcon. Like, it wouldn't have worked. So in those cases, I totally get it. But outside of that, to me, it's not even something that I think about.
A pleasure.
I think I'm
So,
Umbra. That's what people call me anyway.
Do you know anything about these worms?
Uh,
I suppose it's not exactly common knowledge.
or it is
These
common knowledge. We
worms
just
are already
are
affecting me.
helpless.
I can feel it.
I mean, we could take the ice pick
Now,
to your eye,
what to
Asterion,
do
if you'd
about
like.
it?
Okay, then... And that's awesome that you bring that up, Silly. So, are we to take that as in meaning that he's ultra Caucasian? Or does that mean he's, like, albino? Like, it's Harry Potter. when everyone realizes that Hermione in the movies does not reflect the description of Hermione in the books. And then whenever they try to get anyone to look closer to what her description in the books are, then they throw a fit because their mind is on Hermione in the movies. Like, it's okay to disregard what the descriptions are in certain situations. It just depends on, what situation it is. But I am interested in that description being like, do they mean Caucasian, or do they mean like literally bone white, like a domino in the comics? And also, to that point, the MCU is not Norse mythology. I mean, I don't know that they've done anything with it other than a quick end credit scene, but like Hercules exists in the MCU / Marvel Comics, but it's definitely not the Hercules from mythology.
Well, getting out of here for a start. Then finding anyone who knows about these worms. I need an expert. Someone who knows how to control these things.
Yeah, I want him gone.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Now, let's be fair, Astarion. You don't want them gone. You want to take over the world. We're not stupid. Yeah, no, they did. I mean, Storm is a good character for borrowing, things. Yeah, okay, come on with me. Why not? I need you to pick some locks for me, because I'm really bad at all these checks.
With the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like
especially because Thor hasn't always been Thor. Like, Thor has been like the mantle of Thor has been passed on to how many different people in the run of comics? Yeah, that is... There are definite... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Well, look, you learn something new every day, right? There's always like a group of comments come around and you're like, wow, you did that really well. Or that's a different enough take. I appreciate that. Like, down to, I totally admit to being that person that reads webcomics still. And Lore Olympus. It is by far not the way things were written, right? But it's a unique take on that, on everything that I keeps me going back and reading, because it's such a different take on things.
There, a mind flayer, and it's hurt.
That thing's bound to be dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
Sure, let's kill it.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you.
I believe there's someone in this chat that may have allowed themselves to be kissed by this thing.
Compassion.
Yeah, nope. Yes, I should be furious. Embrace the rage, the anger, the way that I normally feel on a day-to-day.
You should be whipped, made to bow before this creature in shame. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feelings. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
I will be the first to admit that my rage is legendary. Like, not in this game, in real life, my rage is legendary. I've got a very, very, very long fuse, but rumor has it is if I get quiet, people should be scared. That's a way to put it. Break free.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its
I can't even
eyes
feel
wet
called out
with
because
radiant malice.
I will treat everyone equally, but I will be bitter and sarcastic to everyone. So yeah, let's close those eyes forever. You know, you could have, used a weapon instead of your foot, but I guess that works.
Monster.
Oh, I'm inspired.
Too good for it.
Am I gonna get a metric ton of inspiration points by being horrendously mean to things? Yeah, again, I can't fault anyone for saying these things because, it's true. It's true. I haven't decided, silly. There was an Extra Life donation that came in that requested me to play this game. I've beaten it before. I have a metric ton of characters that I've started. So I'm like, well, let me just start a new character. I'm like, well, I've never done a dirge before. So I'll do a dirge playthrough. I normally play neutral to lawful good characters. So I think no matter what, this playthrough is probably going to wreck me in all the most entertaining of ways. But I don't know what to do. I don't know what approach to take. I haven't had to make too many decisions that would impact things. I think I'm about to have one coming up. Which, now that I think about it, oh man. That did not do what I wanted it to do. I'm demented, hippie. I'm so demented. I take it to the lawful good because you can really troll people and be a pain in the ass by being a lawful good character. So I love doing that kind of stuff. Silly, yes. So I've never done this, but I have seen this scene before. So I'm trying to get... There we go. Apparently, this keyboard, I have to hit 2 buttons to get the quick save to work. I'm not going to save Scum so much as I realize I haven't saved it since I started playing. So if I'm going... Am I going full tilt on this one? Should I just, like, embrace it? Because if y'all want me to embrace the evil and not try to do a resist, this is the part where it really starts. This is like I think the first real part where I can do something about it.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically.
See, I feel like I would want it to normally naturally try to embrace it, but heck, my first playthrough that I actually beat the game on, because it wasn't my first character, but you get what I'm saying. We've all made multiple characters. I romanced Will. I was so lawful good it hurt, which is always fun as a frenzied berserker. My first character, I actually romanced Gale. Which was funny because, like, now I understand why everyone gets annoyed with him, because when you're not romancing him, he's just like, why don't you love me? It's tough because, like, there's so much to consider here. All right. So, I've never had Minthara before. So that's something I could go for. But that is, holy shit. That is that's a stray from the normal course, right? If that's the case, then I can try to plan on keeping Will as a human. Not that it'll do any good, because I'm pretty sure I won't get him in my party after that anyway, if I do that. I do adore Lae'zel, but I'm pretty sure she would probably be even be turned off from me if I go pure evil. And then I have a character that I started after all of this where I like the goal is to romance Astarion, but I haven't gotten quite that far yet. And ever since the DLC with the camp scene 6 months later, kind of made me change my mind about who I want to go in romance and who I don't. It's silly. Halson jumped to the forefront of people that like I never thought I would be interested in, but you know, there's that. Can you keep him without doing the thing where you knock Minthara out and then pick her up in Act 2? Because I'm trying to decide. Because if I go full-on evil here, do I want to go full-on evil when it comes to the goblins? And that's going to... You can't. I mean, I've played enough of this game that there's... Spoil away, because I already know the main storyline outside of the Durge stuff, so... Kill him before attacking the grove. Oh, you can revive him in Act 2? Huh. Well, if I do this, then I might actually need him, because I would like to have some kind of caster at some point. YOLO, let's go. Oh, that reminds me, I do have to finish my Undertale Genocide route. Why do I have so many games I need to play?
Quite hot.
Oh, thank you. A drink, please. Sorry.
Give it massive. Yeah, well, what do you want?
Water's fine. I don't know what prompted this, but
Okay, that's off one side.
oh, thank you. Surprise grilled cheese, guys. Do we want to go genocide? I mean, I already kind of mucked up and... Well, I mean, you have to have Shadowheart, I guess. And I haven't killed Astarion, but... This is not... No. I went Explorer mode. I'm making this as easy as possible because I know this is going to be bad. 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 I also decided that I'm not going to save scum at all on this playthrough. So by deciding that, I already knew, like, there are certain people that, kill all your companions and do a solo. Ooh, lasagna sounds good, too. Oh, all I've had to eat today are McDonald's cheeseburgers because it's Sunday, and I always go see my dad on Sundays, and he always has me get one of those dinner boxes, which is 2 Big Macs, 2 cheeseburgers, a 10 McNugget, and a bunch of fries, and he eats the 2 Big Macs and the McNuggets and half of the fries. Kiddos get fries, and then I am stuck with 2 cheeseburgers. So all I've had to eat today are 2 cheeseburgers, and... Oh, you're gonna... Okay, if you're still streaming when I stop, which I'm assuming you are since you're starting in 30 minutes, I can raid out to you, Hippie. YOLO, let's do this. Let's see where this goes. Because it can't ever end poorly, right?
A hand? Anyone?
It sucks, because I love Gale so much. Alright, I will... Do I kill everyone in camp? Is that when I kill them? Or do I kill them when I meet them moving forward? Or do I keep Minthara because everyone likes the evil lady bits? Fantasize about hacking off the hand. God. What are you guys doing to me?
This branch of flesh is begging to be pruned, and its sap sucked from.
My mistress' eyelids! Stop! Cease, you loon!
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all come true.
We were supposed to lend a hand, not take one.
Joy floods through you. You were dazed on the Nautiloid.
I just want to see Asterion approves in the corner and absolutely lose my shit.
They were next to each other.
Oh. I see what you're saying. Oh, it's one ice?
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll be nice and cold for you.
Thank you. Oh, now Asterion wants to talk to me. Oh, wow. This is going to go great. I'm kind of glad that I did that in the order that I did. Asterion when he bites you, Shadowheart in the Night Song. Oh, so I'm going to have her around. That makes sense. You probably have to have her in a party until the end of Act 2. Karlach now. Sacrifice. Where's that? Is that Act 3? Is what you're saying? Random. That's the Underdark. Okay. If only they would let you do that, right? Oh, okay. Sorry, I've just recently been playing Final Fantasy 14, so I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. Which, ironically, there's an emote for that. Let's see. What does Asterion want to say?
You look rabid, pained, sick.
I love you.
Spasming and twitching. The poor thing.
We like overwhelming violence, sure.
The norm is to keep dirty thoughts like that to ourselves, but do carry on.
The writing in this game is amazing. Don't mind me as I eat the grilled cheese that was delivered before me. Sure, random, let's go.
It seems you've been dealt a vile hand. I say, play it. Play it for all it's worth. Nobody should deny themselves their true nature.
If I was not killing Asterion, he would be ascending in this playthrough, wouldn't he? Tell me about yourself. We'll go from this conversation to be like, let's just spill out your innermost thoughts that you're not going to tell me, you closet vampire.
Tell. I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Yeah, uh-huh. Sure, magistrate, I believe that. Now, did I hear that you can dismiss companions and stuff easier now that there's an update? I kind of wish I had installed my mods now so I could, like, pick some awesome clothing. But also, I'm not going to worry too much about, gathering every last thing and trying to pick up on everything. I think that I kind of at this point just want to see how evil I can be now.
Not much use anymore.
Oh, there's plenty of use for that. You're just not thinking outside the box. So when do we take out Lizelle? Or does she stay with us? Els! Thank you so much for the resub. How are you doing? Evil Sapphire is a mood, and oh man, is it a mood. How's the fam doing, and how's your allergies? No, I'm sitting here just munching on my grilled cheese, killing people. Do we kill Lizelle here? Is that what you said? Or do we keep Lizelle?
You think it's dangerous?
Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad.
So let's leave it.
I like that they're talking about it, her as an it. I love it.
We take it to the grove. Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
The thing's
Leave
dangerous.
my frog lady alone, please.
Leave it for the goblins to kill.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Oh! That's awesome, Els.
Under elf.
Lay tight, lad.
Also, I hope you have fun in Atlanta while you're doing conferencey stuff. And, I feel like I should attack the tieflings. Tell Mock I said hi. Are the kiddos with you as well? Oh. Sounds like you gotta say hi.
Watch out!
Asterian's like, F yes. Can I do this? No, of course not. Stabby stabby? You're probably not close enough to stabby stab. Oh, you are! This feels so wrong. So wrong.
Can't even catch my breath.
Huzzah.
Another day, another fight.
Okay. So, did your mom come down to watch them? I'm asking invasive questions. You don't have to answer them. Ugh. Shadowheart's like, why am I even here?
Got to move.
So uncomfortable. I'm gonna see how many evil things I can get you guys to do before I end you.
I need a quick word.
Slow to respond. Unsurprising.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
We know you want me, Lizelle. Don't lie. That makes sense. Well, I'm assuming the kids weren't left alone, one way or the other. Where are your manners? Say please. Mm-mm. Oh no, Els, that's horrible. I am so sorry to hear that.
Pave my path with
Not what I wanted, but okay.
Build my castle with bones.
Your oldest are old enough that that's fine.
Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't
So
let
for
her
the
take
Dark
advantage.
Urge route, normally what I do is I go to the creche and then I circle back and go through the Underdark. Do I just ignore the creche then for the Dark Urge route? Oh, awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's find this creche, whether or not I actually do it or not. Let's make everyone hate me.
Call me Lae'zel.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Or do I let Shadowheart kill Lae'zel?
I suppose the finer details are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there.
Your kids are
this
awesome.
Zorru has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zorru where
When
he
I
has
think
seen
about
your
it,
kin.
with my elves being 5, that makes me realize that your kids are not as young in my head as I remember them being. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm struggling with the thought of my kids being the ages that they are. Oh, buddy, you are lucky. You almost turned my computer off again. Looting the body, looting the body. Apologize for eating that sandwich on stream. It just kind of showed up, so I had to eat it. Alright. Ah! Wrong button again. If I make plan to kill everyone, do I really need to go get withers? I can't. Like, you sent us hand-me-downs from Becca for Ellie, so like, it doesn't compute. My head does not like, I don't want to do the withers thing, but also, like, I feel like extra levels are not a bad thing if I'm going to be killing everybody. And I can also believe that because Ellie wants to be super duper independent about things already, so I'm sure that it's only a matter of time.
Not another step, hear me?
Boss! Fuck you.
Got company up here.
I know. Did you see the picture of her skis? Her feet? Look at those shoes. Like, she's 5. She should not be she should not be in size 1 shoes.
Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way. It's ours.
I was hyperventilating. Like, I know she's going into kindergarten soon. I know she's growing up. I know I have to let her get bigger and stronger. And then I saw the shoes. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Of course, she's also 4 feet tall, so... So, the small, like, here, do this, that worked. I can see Ellie going for something like that. Monk insight. Your loud words hide fear, confusion. Looting that ship will bring you no peace. Yeah, sorry. I love this. I can just randomly kill things. Can I get advantage? I do not have advantage against this target. That's okay.
Excellent.
Stab, Asterion, stab! And it's funny because like she's like, I don't want to learn to read. I don't want to learn to write. You can't make me. I don't want to. But then at the same point in time, she's, I think, seeing the benefit of what happens when she does. So she writes messages and they're adorable as all get out. Shoot this person. Bang up. Oh, come on. You could have lost your footing or something. Ew.
Taste my fury.
Oh, why are we missing people? And you put her to sleep. Awesome. I was expecting this fight to be easier. I'm not gonna lie. Wham! Get out of the gut, muck. There we go.
Oh, so much for peace.
Speaking of children, I feel like one of them might have just lost an eye with how hard they thudded to the ground. Bam! Are you really gonna make me do this for that extra hit point?
Let's end this.
Attack this one. It's only got 1 hit point. You can do this. Right now, Ellie's asking me how to spell her friends' names so she can write them, like, draw them pictures and put their names on it. And it's so adorable, but also, again, like, ugh! When did you get so grown up? Ouch. Ouch. You dick. Your back's to me. I feel like I should be able to back attack you.
Come on, can't stay idle.
There we go. Let's get you out of the acid. That'd be great.
Let's finish this.
Let's put you over here. Lae'zel, you can continue taking a nap. That's okay. Boom. How do you guys keep missing so much? And then you took that fireball to the face? Come on. See, Asterian's showing you how to do a ranged attack.
On my way.
Bam. There we go. We like this. We are also hurting, so let's go to camp. Checking time. Go to camp. Uh-oh. Took what personally? Did I offend? I am so sorry. Let's talk to Lae'zel.
Something to ask.
Chatter already.
It might be. It might be. Because I'm on a different computer, this might not work.
Nothing.
Dang. Let me see. Is that an option here as well? Twitch integration. Did that work? Because I believe I went into my Larian account and had turned that on at one point. If not, I might have to do that again. Shadowheart does not want to talk, so let's talk to Lae'zel. Yes, okay, perfect. Thank you for testing that out with me.
To be idle. I knew your kind to be fragile, but I didn't foresee the severity.
So
Be quick about your
I used to stream in a different room, and it was very bad for all of my exercisey type redemptions and tortures and whatnot. So I set up camp in the basement on a different computer, and I haven't set things up to my liking yet. Just like I have a light here to make it so I don't look so dark, but that's not working as well either. We need to pace ourselves. Don't, an exhausted warrior is an ineffective one.
A thick-headed notion in a complex circumstance. Do you suppose the parasites inside us dare to rest? That the Geich do not still pursue us with each peal of the bell? Take your rest. I will stand watch.
You do
Should a
you,
single
sweet cheeks.
tentacle split your skull, I will not hesitate to end you.
Same. Cool. Good talk. Wait, what? You just didn't want to talk to me, Shadowheart. Come on. Make up your mind.
What were you two talking about?
So, would I be letting Shadowheart kill Lizelle then, whenever that whole thing happens?
You and that Gith Yankee.
No, you've lost me. No idea what you're talking about.
I see. I'd be careful with Lae'zel. So am I. If we're to survive, we need to trust each other.
No, we
You
don't.
seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we
We're
find someone
all
who can
keeping
cure
secrets
us.
from each other. Do we really think that any one of us trust any of the other? You saw me bite a man's hand off, for crying out loud. Oh, I could have helped the tieflings kill. Okay. I feel like that didn't really pop up as an option for me.
Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away. As I see it, we're overdue some good fortune.
Yeah.
Rest well.
Oh, you have amazingly good fortune coming your way. Oh, got you. Okay. Well, that was my mistake. I failed already, but that's okay. I figure that we might not need withers so much, but the reason why I went down this route was more for the experience points than anything, because if I'm going to be playing without party members, with the exception of possibly Minthara, I wanted to have some levels under my belt. And it's always fun to loot corpses and sell everything for a profit. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Oh, do. I do feel like that's one of my biggest pet peeves is they're not always clear about what option does what. I also feel like it would be nice if without mods you could see what your stats are by each option, so you know which one to choose when you have multiple options.
Thank you, Gibblebuck. Everything all right out there?
Lae'zel's awesome. So many people like to hate on her, and it's from my very first playthrough of this game. I have absolutely adored her. I can appreciate her stance on everything. I killed your friends. Now I'm here for you.
Yeah, I've got plenty more friends. Come in here and you can meet them.
You're lying. Can you break down the door? Why can't you break down the door? That was like my biggest pet peeve playing Frenzied Berserker, was that it didn't give me the chance to just like break down doors when I knew I would have been able to. I'm also afraid to do honor mode. Like, I'm not that good at this game to be able to pull off honor mode. I would have to play it more, and unfortunately I don't play it enough. Bonus. Oh, why not? Let's add a bonus for this ridiculously easy lockpick first. Yeah, he only rolled a 32. Like that. Oops. Let's see. Books. Can I not lock? Can I not do anything? Apparently I can't. Okay. That's fine too. Did I hit a button? Wait. I'm about to say something ridiculous. By type, we are going to... I answered my own question. So we're going to take this and send to camp. This and send to camp. And... And let's see. Let's give this to Lae'zel for as long as I have her. Come on. There we go. I killed that thing with pride. We might as well use it. 10 honor mode attempts. Haven't made it to the Act 3. Honor mode seems extremely difficult, obviously, but it also seems like something that would be well worth the reward of completing.
Don't waste a step.
And I'm not going to loot everything in here. I'm not going to waste everyone's time by me picking up every last cup and plate possibly imaginable. Oh wait, there are people in here waiting for me. What do you know? Hi, friends! I like meeting new friends.
Time to move.
This isn't gonna work. Yeah, there's no way that would work. I tried. Fireball his ass, though. Oh, come on! Get on you, Asterion. Dodge that. Boom. And then we're going to... No, wait, that's the one this is what I want. Boom. Hey, you know what? You guys can come to me. That's fine. I'll be standing right here waiting for you. I finished the game technically all on Explorer mode, so that doesn't count. It's like taking the easy way out. Oh, someone eating fire with their face. Sorry. Sorry. But Explorer mode doesn't count, I know. But I beat it before the epilogue and then beat it again. And I feel like that doing that, I feel like Explorer mode probably really cheapens the final boss, because my first attempt, I feel like I struggled on it until I realized that I was making it far too hard on myself by trying to kill everything on the board. And once I let things come to me, like, go straight for the target, it was a lot better. Oh, that's the first time someone's done that against me. That was cool. Alright. Cleric, you're gonna be earning your keep here.
Still on my feet.
To stab you. Oh, I'm sorry. Hit you. I want to hit you. And you look soft and squishy, so I'm going to pummel you. A critical miss, of course. Lae'zel, I'm gonna pull over here. Oh, immobile. Never mind. And then hope that I don't die. And then we will... We weren't on this... Why? I know that we have these tadpoles and stuff, but why do healing words and stuff not kill Astarion? Yeah, you run away. I'm gonna die. Wait, did you just get... Did you... No, okay. I can shoot, though. There we go. We're gonna move you over here.
Blood comes easy these days.
And I am going to do the dumbest thing ever. And attack.
Everywhere.
I am fury. I am death.
And she is still entangled. Cool. We will pull you up here. And I'm sure I can't do this because I can't. Oh, I can. That works for me. Hee hee hee. Oh, no. Sorry, I have to. I have to.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Let's chase you. Because I don't want to get caught up in that. Come on. There we go, Lae'zel.
No time to waste.
It's just... I was hoping that was an explodey barrel, but we'll take that. We'll still take that.
Concentrate.
Because... we can do that. Stay right there, friend. Stay right there. Astarion is just going to shoot because I can.
Another fight. Let's
I'm
go.
going to pummel because I can. Loot bodies. Loot in the body. Loot in the body. Alright. And then... there we go. And I am going to long rest after this because I want to progress the storyline. And isn't it, I think, after so many long rests that that happens? But first, we loot bodies. Already looted that one. Let's loot this one. I was hoping to get to Withers before end of stream, but don't know if that's gonna happen. I know I'm close.
I'll give it a shot.
Shahid, come closer.
Okay.
Dry skin, clear eyes. You do not suffer. You flourish.
Yep.
Disturbing.
You're kind of turned on right now, aren't you? How is my good health disturbing?
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
If you say so. Because I got this thing in my head that tells me that we're going to be just fine. Oh, wait, no, he's sneaking out. I was going to say, already? That was fast, but we are not there yet. Chris Payne, hello, how are you? How's it going? And congratulations again, my friend. Yes, you have a sub badge. And other things as well. I believe we go in here and find the thing.
On my way.
All right. Chest and a chest. Well, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. Wonder what that did. It couldn't have done anything bad, ever. Yeah, you're like, I laugh in the face of danger. Ha ha ha! I have not watched Lion King at all recently.
This place.
Actually, there are chests in here, aren't there? Uh-huh, there are. All the more stuff to steal. Or to sell. We like selling stuff in this game. We like making merchants go broke without robbing from them. Oh, sweet cheeks, come on in here.
Should be easy.
Yep, I think you got that.
Can't give up now.
Right. I opened the wrong door, didn't I? No, I did. I got the right one.
Death.
Yeah, I know I'm going fast. I really just want to get withers before I grade out.
I didn't think anyone worshipped the scribe of the dead.
Well, you know,
That might be worth it.
Chris, there's a couple paths that you can take from that. It could be stressful and frustrating and something you've learned a great lesson from. Or it could be stressful and frustrating and something that you adapt and thrive in. Or it could be not so bad because you're awesome.
Something just woke up down here.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
Oh, am I stuck? I am stuck. Okay.
Yes.
The one time Asterion doesn't go first. And it's another critical miss. Alright, Lae'zel, let's come on out. And you can fire. Hey, at least there was some damage done on that one. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That is a great deal, Chris. I know that there are people that would not, there are companies that wouldn't allow that kind of situation, so I'm glad to hear it. You know, I'm sitting there, it's like, I don't want to use all their abilities, and then I realize my plan is to long rest as often as possible, so... I don't understand why I'm doing that, but okay. Smart Sapphire is smart today. Fine.
If the gods are watching me.
This is good.
Staring. You should have. There we go. There we go. Works for me. Lae'zel cannot reach here, but that's okay. Oh wait, she's silenced there anyway, so I have to get out of the bubble.
Got to press on.
To... Come on. There we go. Pull your weight, Shadowheart. That silence aura is really a pain. Come to me, my pretty. Yes, please. I want to bash something's head in. Thank you. Do I have enough movement to do? I do. Well, Chris, it depends on where the source came from. So, in terms of promotions, your supervisor or your manager is not the only person that knows. They're likely have to get the okay from their higher-ups. And even if that's not the case, usually it's discussed amongst other people of a significant level to make sure everyone's on the same page. And then you have payroll. Payroll knows because they have to change your status. They have to change your pay. So they know about it. And HR knows about it because they have to update your records. So they know about it. And throughout all of that, confidentiality is key. And people are supposed to be professional. And people suck at being professional. So what happens is someone likely knows somebody and lets slip what's going on. And that's how it got out. Because people suck. Alright, so I need you over here as much as I can. Works for me. And I'm sure this is not going to work. Yeah. There we go. Let's end turn. Lae'zel can start making her way over here. And then fire at will. Maybe. Yep, nope, okay. You know, and the thing is that the best thing you can do, honestly, is just not respond to anything or keep tabs of who it's coming from. But really, it's because somebody in one of those positions couldn't keep their yap shut. No, 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 no! That little shithead almost turned my computer off. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like the biggest secret in the world to keep. I understand that, but, you know, it'd be nice if people actually respected
Time to press ahead.
the whole keep things a secret thing that never... the kitty knows how to basically make my life miserable. But it's like the best example I have is that it's no surprise that a very dear friend of mine, who you have seen on stream multiple times, when we stream at Big Dice Energy's house, we have Russ show up. He's a very dear friend of mine. We also work together, and he is the head of finance. So it's really hard for me to get any kind of change without him knowing first, the little jerk. So I can never, ever surprise him with anything. And then on the flip side, we are very good about being respectful for what we can and cannot say. So, he knows a lot, and he doesn't say anything to me about any of it. So, like, case in point, last summer I was talking about how I felt like our biggest client was going to leave, and the reasons why I thought that. And the whole time he's sitting there like, whatever, we'll just do what we do, or you're definitely allowed to theorize or whatever. And he already knew they were leaving. So like, that is a great example of when you're not supposed to be like, on the down low. No. It's apparently very hard for people to keep separation of church and state in a working environment, but... Hi, Withers! You're kind of badass looking, not gonna lie. And that's just the thing, though, is like, your hair length should have zero impact on your work ability, right? So when I interviewed for the job that I have now, I have my nose piercing and I had pink hair at the time. And since then, I've gotten several tattoos, including like on my arm here and on the inside of my arm. So like, if I wear anything other than long sleeve shirts, that's visible on camera and everything. And in the past, I've had jobs that I've not gotten because of stereotypes, or I actually got my nose pierced 3 weeks after Ellie was born because I'd always had a job that said they would fire me if I got my nose pierced. And so I'm like, you know what? F it. If I go back to work, which obviously I did, a company will appreciate me for my skills and not the bling in my nose. Well, exactly, Adora. Now, there are times where things make sense, where, safety, like food or the machines you work with, that's a completely different barrel of monkeys. Like, that makes sense. But like, it shouldn't matter if someone has like tattoos here. Like, can they do the job? Now I have a question for you. What is the worth of a single mortal's life? Quite the question. I'm definitely not going to attack Withers. Yeah, Chris. So he has spoken. What he are you talking about? Little spooked by the crawling out of the tomb bit. What are you? A peaceful undead. Interesting. Why aren't you attacking me? I was hoping to get some Dark Urge dialogue. Curiosity.
Answer my question.
Speaking of tying your hair back in professions that boggle me, and again, no disrespect, but NFL players that let their hair hang down outside of their helmet, that just seems really dangerous to me. Oh, well, I'm sorry you're spacey, but also, like, please don't think you have to come in and, like, you being here and even lurking or whatever means the world, Adora, so you don't have to... Right? Like, hair outside of a helmet seems like a target. It also seems like you could get it caught in so many things purely by accident and have it ripped out. Like, it concerns me.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
It sounds delicious. Mortals of the die to be slaughtered. Mine seems worth little, as my blood calls me to harm others. No one life is worth more than any other. We are equal. Depends on a person's deed. Life's only value is as currency. Doesn't matter to me otherwise. Each life is of infinite value and merits sacrificing everything for. The only life that matters is mine. Chris, true. Touche. Depends on the mortal. Mortals' lives are not single. They are part of the greater whole. A path to enlightenment. Well, let's do this, because that doesn't go to...
Strive for such balance. Fewer still
I'm an evil dark urge monk. I have found peace in my slaughter.
We have met.
Did you just bounce off the wall?
We will see each other again.
Cats, man, cats.
Time and place. Farewell.
Goodbye, Withers. All right. So this is fun. I haven't done too many bad, dark, urgy things other than, you know, apparently eat Gale's hand off, which... Excuse you? Can I help you? I wish that you could have seen that. Oh, there's a window right here. And the kitty cat was really working to get up there. All right. So I'm going to check to see if we have any new friends streaming, If so, we'll raid in. If not, I think I told Hippie we'd raid him. But I just want to see who's streaming before I do. Aw, Panic Nest is streaming. I feel like I should pop in there too. Okay, I feel confident. I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable. So Hippie was here earlier. Let's give Hippie some love. We always like to appreciate those people who appreciate us, right? So we'll raid out the Hippie. I will be back on Saturday. Scott from Canada, thanks for hanging out, man. I'll be back on Saturday. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I've got so many games going, like I don't know what I want to do. So I'll figure it out probably right before I go live. But I will see everyone on Saturday and Sunday if I can swing it, and hopefully chit chat with people during the week. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see everyone next week. Have a great remainder of your weekend, guys. Bye.